Hey YouTube, Skarpio here. If you missed last week's video, I made a Discord server for you all, so come talk PVM with us. The link is in the description below. This week we're going to be talking about summoning. So a quick disclaimer before we start. This video will be covering regular summoning and not ancient summoning. I will do a separate video on ancient summoning next week. That being said, summoning is a skill often overlooked by new PVMers, even myself when I first started getting into PVM. I think it's because they don't know how useful summoning familiars can be. I'm going to break down the familiars that are useful to PVM into these categories: Beast of Burdens, damage inflicting, AoE, healing, and accuracy boosting. The Beast of Burden is every new PVMer's favorite familiar. These familiars increase your carrying capacity. On Slayer tasks, this usually means fewer bank runs with the drops that you get. In bossing, this means more food to survive. There are 4 Beast of Burdens that I recommend using, all depending on your summoning level. Obviously, the higher your summoning level, the more each familiar will hold. The end goal is unlocking the Pack Yak at 96. The Pack Mammoth is not worth the cost or time to make just for 2 more inventory spaces. The Pack Yak also has a scroll ability that allows you to send an item to your bank, making it a great substitute for magic notepaper. Sometimes you don't need so much food, or there isn't a ton of drops and this would be a waste of a Beast of Burden. Most familiars fight in combat even if their use isn't combat related, but there are familiars with the main purpose of kicking butt. These damage inflicting familiars are what I recommend you use as you level up. Make sure you check what you're fighting and see what they're weak to and pick the familiar that fits that combat style. The best one for damage output is the Steel Titan, unlocked at level 99. This familiar can attack in all 3 styles and the scroll deals a ton of damage. Did you know that there are familiars that deal AoE damage? All of these familiars can deal damage to multiple targets through their scrolls. I recommend the Lesser Demon familiars since they deal damage to the most targets and with the most damage. On top of dealing damage, there are familiars that will heal you as well. These are great for long AFK tasks where your health slowly drops. These familiars will heal you either passively or through their scroll ability. A great spot to use this familiar is AFKing Rorarius in the Ascension dungeons. The last set of familiars are accuracy boosting familiars, aka the Nihils. These familiars are best used on bosses where you tend to splash or miss. Rax is a great example, and I always use a Nihil in my first hour at Rax. They are expensive, however, but can be a great moneymaker if you can fight the Nihils to make the pouches. I highly suggest spending 45,000 Dungeoneering tokens to unlock the Spirit Cape. This cape gives you a passive reduction on the cost of familiar special abilities. You don't need to wear the cape to get this effect. I also suggest keybinding your familiar left click option. You can right click on the familiar icon on your action bar to pick the left click option. Then drag the summoning icon onto your action bar and give it a keybind. If you don't have space on your action bar, you can set up a keybind in the settings under controls. I know many of you are looking for information on ancient summoning, but I felt it deserves its own video, and next week's video will be on ancient summoning. Tell me down below what your favorite familiar is at your favorite boss. Don't forget to join the Discord server. Make sure you all stay healthy, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.